So, hello, myRockworld fans. Tonight we are here in Munich at the Muffat Hall, especially in the Muffat Cafe backstage, sitting with the Wild Feathers from Nashville. This is a cool band, and they played tonight the first concert of their European tour in Munich in the small Muffat Cafe. So we have here Ricky Young, the lead singer and the guitar player, and we have Joy King, the bass and also singer. Bass player and singer. So welcome in Munich.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
So, first question. Not everyone is familiar with the Wild Feathers in Germany. So please give us a brief history. When did the band came together? And tell us something about the really great new album, Lonely is a Lifetime.
I guess it's about, we got together, I think, around 2010. And it started really as me and Ricky and Taylor as just songwriters writing some songs together, and that progressed into what we have today. But it started off pretty much with like some acoustic guitars around like a coffee table and writing songs, and then made the first record. And this second record, Lonely is a Lifetime, as we get to now, it's progressed in a way that it's a lot more rocking and a lot more band vibe, because this whole record was pretty much written on the road, supporting the last one.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot. I mean, all the songs here were written in like sound check and with full electrics and everything like that. So the sound has changed a little bit, but it's still mainly rock and roll with harmonies and loud guitars.
Yeah, this is a good a wide format for a rock and roll band. It's a rock and roll with some cool harmonies.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
To us, it's very common sense. That's what we like, So, if you listen back to like Fleetwood Mac's Rumors and stuff like that, one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion. It's nothing but rock and roll songs that are just delivered and performed perfectly with incredible vocals and harmonies. So that was one of our influences, not maybe on purpose, but subconsciously. Bands like Fleetwood Mac and stuff like that kind of inspired us to do to really try singing well. It's not necessarily the easiest thing for us, but we work really hard at it.
Okay. Let's speak around the new album Lonely is a Lifetime, but you spoke already a little bit about, but what we do want to know is, do you have any strategy in writing and recording songs? That means, are you making, is one writer, or is this a band like a jam band, or is it recording a demo first and then, so how is writing and how is recording?
We love it all.
Your band.
We do. We kind of celebrate every way that a rock and roll band can be. We don't try to do anything on purpose. We just do what we like, and we all write songs, and we all write together, and we do demo stuff and try to get it in order before we go in the studio. But then, like we were talking earlier, like with Goodbye Song, really we wanted to get a good jam, and once we started on that jam, we were like, thought we were onto something really great, so we just jammed it for like and a few hours and did 5 or 6 takes, and then once we felt like we got that good take, we were like, that's it,
But let's speak about the Goodbye Song, because I said to you before, for me it's a perfect song. This is really a perfect song, and if you compare it to what you said about Fleetwood Mac, because the Rumors album is a perfect album, because every song is perfect. Yeah. Every song. Yeah. So you have, let's say you have with Goodbye, you have the same quality of a perfect song.
Thank you.
And what is this song about? You told me about your jamming. Was this song composed before and then you jam around to get a real good feeling about a real good tempo or something? Or you jammed the whole song and then it was Goodbye Song? No.
Yeah, I kind of had that progression and melody for a while, and during sound checks on the last tour in 2014, we just could not really find the right feel. And then one of us said, let's just slow it down.
Yeah, cool.
And just kind of like reassess it. And then it started really coming together as a band, like during sound checks and just kind of jamming around with it. And then it didn't turn into what it turned into until we got in the studio with Jay, and it kind of just, we kind of became inspired and like kind of like felt like this magical moment, and we just kept on going and going and going, and then we was really kind of turned on by the magical moment that it became. So it was just an evolution of a lot of different ideas and different thoughts and attempts, and it eventually just turned into it. So it's a pretty natural, painstakingly fun song.
Cool. What is your own question to both of you? What is your own personal favorite song on this album, and why?
Oh man, well, I would have to say "Goodbye Song" was probably my favorite, just because it was a surprise, like Ricky was saying. It was one of those snowball effects.
Yeah.
First we tried to jam it. You could play it with Ricky, just do those, the verse and the chorus with acoustic guitar, and it sounded great that way.
Yeah.
But then once there was like like a big harmony put on it, and then we put the bridge. That's once us three sit down and come up with that bridge, it was like, oh, now I think we can add a cool jam part, and then Taylor come up with this great good lead guitar part, and then that was great, and I think we can get back into the chorus. It's kind of like one of those snowball effects, so we just kind of like surprised ourselves every time there was another step on that one. I think that I don't know, help me out.
No, Help Me Out was I was going to say is one of my favorites, because that was a song that we were at Joel's house / studio and sitting on his back porch, and I had that little progression when I was in high school, and it just like we were like, well, let's write a song, and like I had that, and then Joel chimed in, Taylor chimed in, and then like in like 45 minutes to an hour we had a song that we thought was cool, but it didn't really turn into what it turned into until we got in the studio, and it's kind of a crowd favorite now, which I never would have guessed.
Cool.
Yeah.
The surprise songs are always better than the ones. A couple of the single Overnight, we like combed over that thing like 100 times, and we were like, everything's real precise and hard to do. And, but those other ones were just like, oh my god, that sounds great, and it was a cool surprises of the funner ones,
Spontaneous creativity.
Yeah. You spoke in your what you said. You spoke about Jay. Who is Jay? Jay is Jay Joyce. Is the next question. Who has done everything from Cage the Elephant to Wallflowers and Creed and Cumbria, as well as bringing on Dave Sardi, Oasis, Band of Horses, Death from Above, and all that things. And what kind of role he played as a producer on the new album, and how was it working with him?
He kind of takes on the role of a fellow band member. He's such a great musician, and
like a George Martin thing to the Beatles?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Did George play much?
Oh yeah, I mean he played, but he's the sound man. When we the way that George, like you said, George Martin, the way that the Beatles had asked, we did the same thing with Jay. Like, hey, we just want some noise here. What the hell makes that noise? And then he would do it. It'd be great.
He's very creative. He's been in bands his whole life. He's an incredible guitar player and piano and keys and organ and all that kind of stuff. So he would really get in there, and this is why we had to bring on Brett to play keys and whatnot, because we literally be tracking all live or whatever, and Jay's in there playing and playing guitars here, organ here, so once we recorded the record, it was like, well, shit, we have to take this out on the road, so we had to hire Brett to come out and do some of that stuff, which is great because it's been a lot of fun. But Jay's just incredibly talented and creative and intelligent, and he's a hard worker and he works fast. It's what we like. We appreciate getting in there and working like 8-10 hour days, and then going home and going to bed because you're exhausted. And then getting up in the morning and doing it again. We only tracked for like 2 months or 2 weeks to a month, right?
Like a week and a half, and then we took a few days off, and then another week and a half.
Cool. So fast working and very creative in this time. So
just get in there.
A lot of energy and flow. Cool. Because when you hear the album, I ask myself, who does all the sound parts? Because if you skeleton the songs, if you do everything away, a good song is a good song when you can play them on the acoustic guitar. And as I said it to you before, all the songs are just good songwriting. But the other thing is get a sound which is not too near to a copy thing or something. It's it's not. Maybe it's really the rock and rolls with some harmonies.
Right.
You can't say the country, folk, rock, indie band. I think too narrow. You know, it's just a little bit too narrow.
We're just a band.
Just 2 songs.
Yeah.
Just a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
with some cool harmonies. I like that. So now the internal question is, and always fun for us. What were your heroes starting out playing music? What made you start to play?
Well, the Beatles are just the Bible, you know, as far as music goes, and I think that's what every band. I mean, even if they don't know it, the Beatles are still their favorite because, you know, it's a group of guys that got together that were buds and wrote songs and played it and took it to the most extreme. I mean, as far as, you know, how big they were. But yeah, they grew and grew and grew and changed, and then they broke up and they never got back together and ruined it or anything. So like,
Okay. So you like that whole story and the songs.
We're classic rock.
What is your?
I'm with Joel with the Beatles. I mean, it's undeniable. I think one of my first musical memories, though, that I remember thinking, wow, there's something to this song, was a Fleetwood Mac song. And I can never remember the title of it. Thunder only happen. What's that song called?
That's probably what it's called.
I can't think of it. Anyways, that I remember thinking as a little kid in my dad's truck, like, there's something to this, and it kind of made me feel not weird, but like there was something special about it. But really, you know, my dad's record collection is what I kind of grew up subconsciously listening to, and you know, it was everything from like Led Zeppelin to Boston to he would play Willie Nelson songs on the guitar, Eagles songs. So it was always about guitars, bass, drums, vocals,
and the truth.
Right. It just something that, you know, you could sing back, and it was, you know, it wasn't complicated. It was just like a good song, like you were saying. It's one of my first kind of memories.
Cool. So the next question would be, please sing or play us an unplugged song now. But you already started to do a little.
Yeah. Did I get that in there enough?
Of the Fleetwood Mac. So
I still can't believe that song. I don't know what that song's called.
Yeah, try again.
Oh, well, I don't. I can go grab a guitar and if you want me to play something quick.
Why not? This is cool.
I'd rather do that than acapella because that sounds shit.
This is a cool thing.
We can just do. You want to do Goodbye and sing Taylor's verse?
Yeah, this is cool. We like to have the goodbye song because.
Yeah.
Good.
This is I was trying to think of a Beatles or Fleetwood Mac song, but that sounds good.
It come close.
Or you can do something like that too.
Just grab it.
It depends if you can catch up the guitar now.
Yeah, you will get it. So we continue as he has to catch up the guitar. As we all know, the music business changes dramatically for every band, for every musician. So what is your way to survive and be successful?
Well, that's what we're attempting to do now. We're like, you know, it's hard to, we try not to think about it, and hopefully we have a good enough team with everybody that we work with to keep us on our toes and everything. We always tell everybody we work with, we want our jobs to really just to concentrate on writing songs, recording them, and playing live. And that's our favorite things, and we hopefully not get too involved with a bunch of other BS and everything. But it's tough now, and I think that, you know, we're ending an age of, like, I just don't think that musicians are going to be billionaires like they used to be. It's kind of sad if you're a musician, but then again, it might weed out some of the crappy acts and everything too. Yeah. So it's kind of like we kind of think that it kind of chose us, and we try not to think about it too much. I mean, we wish we were selling 1 million copies and everything like that, or we wish it'd be that'd be great. And as more people that own the music, the better. But nothing really changes. We don't write songs for any other reason besides we want to hear them, or we want to play them, and like being in a band and like doing the whole thing. It's not like, hey, we're going to write a different song because it's going to be a bigger hit.
Because if you compare it to, because in the rock music it was just a small period from the mid 60s until maybe the mid 80s where really a lot of money was spent. If you go to the jazz musicians,
Oh,
they
yeah.
always played in small clubs and all
Yeah.
their life.
And Muddy
so
Waters
they have
was put-
not
yeah.
Muddy Waters has to paint the wall.
He's painting the wall when the
You know,
Stones got there. Yeah.
this story is unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you so now we hear something very cool.
I can just. What do you play like a Beatles song?
What do you think?
Whatever you want. Okay.
We can go into from a Beatles song into a little bit the Goodbye.
Yeah, I'll just play like the first verse and chorus.
Yeah,
like
this is
Goodbye.
very cool. So, exclusive from myRockworld, the Wild Feelers Unplugged.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. Well, it doesn't matter much to me. So let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry field. Nothing is real. There's nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Strawberry fields forever.
Yeah, great.
Nice.
I barely know that
And now we have to switch. And we do a version
This is gonna be the
of Goodbye
I'll
song.
just do like a verse, chorus, and just Taylor sings.
Yeah,
it.
this
Just
is
make it
very
quick and
cool.
easy.
This is very cool.
Stolen marijuana and some pain pills in a hotel room. Talking to myself, 'cause I can't talk to you. No one's got it all, but they take it home when the day is done. Lie their heads down after the falling sun. A goodbye song is what I sing. Take it as it comes, 'cause it don't come easily. All I have is already mine. You got the money, you got the drugs, I got the time.
Yeah, cool, really cool. Thank you a lot, guys. Next incredible question. Please tell us a secret or a funny story about your band that nobody knows. Maybe a funny turbo secret or something.
oh, funny tour story. Oh wait, okay, we got it. We got a
something
good
you
one.
never know.
Well, I don't know.
Nobody.
Here's one.
Yeah.
When we were on tour with Willie Nelson a couple years ago. It was the last day of the tour, and we were in like Boise, Idaho, which is the middle of nowhere. And one of the crew gave us a trash sack, a big black trash sack full of weed. So we're just in a, like, I don't know if I could say, oh, this is cool to tell the story, but he asked for a good one. But it was like a full, just like, this is like prison time weed, you know, like this is like they wouldn't send Willie to jail, but they sent us to it. But so we smoked all we could and stashed all we could, and then we were scared to drive across the country with it, so we put it in we just put it in a trash can, like on the corner in the street, and we just kind of all talked about. We just wondered what happened to that big old sack of weed. Some homeless guy probably just opened it up and thought it was Christmas.
And hopefully made some good money off of it.
Yeah, and also you could probably smell it from. They probably thought a family of skunks were living in that trash can because you could
This is
smell
a
it.
really cool story.
It's a true story.
We smoked as much as we could, but
There's a lot of weed.
So what we can expect from the show tonight? Because as you are four and the two sidemen, will it be playing the whole album or
We'll play a lot of songs. Probably have to do some of the old album too. You can expect it to be very loud because it's a very small room and a very small stage. So there's always that. But hopefully a lot of energy. We're coming off of 2 hours of sleep flying in from Madrid this morning. So we're all like, but I think come showtime we'll be back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's once you kind of get on stage, you kind of go on autopilot. You don't really I didn't have energy, but now as soon as I got under the lights.
No, I can understand this because jet lag and all this traveling and all that thing.
Yeah.
So nobody knows how hard the musicians all work.
It's true.
Everybody should know that. It's not
part.
just playing 2 hours on a stage.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
16 hours
Yeah.
a day, mostly.
That's what they say. The only part that's not work is when you're actually
So we
playing.
wish you a
Everything else
great
is work.
start because this is the tour start of the tour.
Yeah.
And they start in the smallest hall Munich has, but it's the best club.
Awesome.
So everybody who should and want to join, come to this club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it big,
Oh, yeah.
make them a great show. So at last, thank you for everything, and
Thank you.
at last, some words to your fans, please.
Come on out. I mean, if you saw us here, hopefully next time you'll be able to say that I saw him in this little tiny club.
And buy the record and share it with your friends like we all used to, like in the
Yeah.
good days.
Get a vinyl copy.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
very much, Martin. Appreciate it.